for prelims or to watch movie? No? Okay. Good. So we will wait for another 2 to 3 minutes. Let more nervous people come inside. Right? Hello. Kutkonbidi. ಹೌದಾ ಸರಿ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಬಿಡಿ ಸೊ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಎನಿವನ್ ಸಾಲ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀಕಾಂತ್ ಲೈವ್ ಇದೆಯಾ ಗುಡ್ ಓಕೆ. So once again very good evening to everyone and welcome you all to this session about handling nervousness and handling anxiety, right? So I think most of you are here not to see me but to hear a few words about how to approach the preliminary examination, how to give your best in the examination, right? So everyone sitting here definitely wants to crack preliminary examination, which is 1 year away from now, right? So which is around how many hours? Not in terms of days now. How many hours? Exactly? Around 60 hours. So the exam is not in terms of days or months now, it is only in terms of hours. So it is hours away from, getting scared from you or by you, right, the exam. So how do you manage yourself in these 2 days, right? The way you are going to manage yourself in these 2 days and then in those 2 hours is the most important phase of your preparation, right? Now, like I'm very sure everyone who has prepared decently for this examination has done the basic things, right? So you have gone through polity, economy, geography, environment, science and tech, modern India, ancient, medieval, special focus with special focus, and art and culture with special focus, and current affairs I don't have to tell. It always requires, always gets special attention from the candidates. Even now students are worried about current affairs. There are students who message or call me and saying that how to do current affairs now, right? So what should I tell them, like how to do current affairs now, right now? So there are plenty of seats available, so all of you can come here in the front seat. So over the year, my experience has, got expanded, strengthened, deepened because of these sessions, because of talking to so many students, and because of, allowing some students to attend these sessions and then identifying few talents from these sessions and grooming them to become toppers, right? So Avinash, who got rank 31 once upon a time, was here. He was there in this preliminary examination session last year. We gave him chocolate, right? And then he went on with all the phases. There is another girl ranked 24. She was there in OGP, very famous OGP 2019 batch, right? So there are people who used to sit here and then who went on to become toppers. So the journey for them started like this only, right? Some people coming for motivation, some people coming for just watching movie, some people coming for some golden wisdom words that might definitely help, right? So I put my status yesterday regarding, my photograph with banner, that some people said I look good, but in addition to that, they also said that last year's session it was helpful to them, that they really got motivated and they were able to do well also. Now, the intention of this session is not just motivating you, right? So, it is about giving you certain personal suggestions which have accrued, which I have gathered over the years by speaking to literally thousands of students. So, why people fail despite very good preparation? This is one question which has troubled me a lot. Because it has troubled me a lot, I have tried my best to understand the answer. Why despite good preparation people fail in this examination? Answer looks very simple: fear, anxiety, right? But so we have to understand the source of these fears, right? The source of these anxieties. Why people do not trust their preparation? The number one point, when you are about to give the exam and when you are giving the examination, for some reasons people do not trust their own exam preparation. They do not trust. Still you have that fear of, so that incompleteness, you still feel certain gaps in your preparation. You feel you would have done better in economy, current affairs, art and culture, right? You feel you would have given more number of mock tests. You feel you would have scored better marks in your mock tests, right? All these step up were actually step down for many people. So you feel that you would have done better in mock tests. So you feel you would have done more number of revisions, right? So you feel, you would have started early. Instead of starting in the month of March, April, you would have started bit early your revision or your completion of the syllabus. Some people, I should have come and joined insights bit early. Nobody says that, but right. Some people might feel that. Only after the result, like in the heat of the result, some people come and say that also. So we try to convert them into students, right? So that happens every year, the realization, right? So people come and talk to us after 3-4 failed prelims, that as if suddenly I am going to do some magic that, you can crack this examination. Now the first step is trust your preparation, irrespective of how imperfect it is, right? Trust your entire examination preparation, trust yourself, your own personality, because preliminary examination, as I have told in many sessions in the past, that is not purely based on the knowledge component, right? Something what you are made up of. So you are the product of all of your experiences, starting with the long back, way back, what you can remember, since what age you can remember. So you might remember something from age 7, 8, 9, 10 also. From school days, you have watched n number of documentaries, you have read so many things, you have heard so many things, right? Now, trusting the preparation means, one aspect of it is the day you started specifically reading for the examination. The moment you enrolled for a course, the moment you started with self-study, took up a textbook, right? So you have read them repeatedly, perfectly or imperfectly. Trust it, right? Somewhere that knowledge, whatever you familiarized yourself, whatever you went through, somewhere it is still with you. It is with you. There is no doubt about it, right? So your brain has something, which you have seen and experienced. Then consciously you have done so many things. You have written tests, you have failed in them, you have not scored well, right? Through failures you have learned so many things, right? So trust your failures also. Whatever setbacks you faced, you have to trust them also. And coming to trusting yourself means your ability to bounce back in the most adverse situation, right? Somewhere you have to trust that also. Everybody has that ability, irrespective of how much introvert you are, how much nervous person you are, how much anxiety prone you are, right? How much sleeps you are losing, right? Everybody deep inside has the ability to bounce back, right? Trust that part of your personality. You have to trust it. So in those 2 hours, what ultimately works is not how many tests you have solved, how much marks you used to score in these mock examinations and all. It's about, can you trust yourself and hold yourself completely together in the calmest way possible, right? Can you stay can you be the most relaxed person in that room on that day, in those 2 hours? Ekdam normal. So your normalcy should look like abnormal to the people around you, right? So that is how the entire education system has, prepared us. On the day examination, if somebody is normal, prepare nahi kiya hai isne. So, right? So he knows he is going to fail, so he is chill out, like he's completely normal. Okay? So he'll be talking to mom, baby, sweetheart, something. Right? So he'll be eating chocolates and and then they'll be so normal, like you feel like ye log disturbance hai. So we are all very serious candidates here who haven't slept together, like I mean together in the sense. So who haven't slept collectively, right? The boys are like, right? So how many of you lose sleep? How many of you slept nicely last night? Everyone? Anybody who lost your sleep last night? No, it starts tomorrow, right? So 3 nights before, it's only 1 night, first night before. You are late, मैं joke मार रहा था. It's okay, fine. So usually what happens, whenever some kind of joke happens, I forget where I was, right? So then I ask the people where I was. Yeah. So you are so normal and relaxed. For other people, it looks abnormal. So be abnormal on that day, right? So on that day, like your center, Google Map, already you have seen zoom karke like. I don't usually laugh. So how many of you have zoomed so many times that no? That ठीक है. Did you go and come to your center? Anybody visited? No. Some of you might have visited, right? To see whether any restaurant is there nearby. To see if you can come back and relax, take a nap and go back. That timing. Some people do that also, calculate, right? So it shouldn't be that story of hare and what is that? Rabbit, tortoise. Come back and sleep and then that CSAT is already over. So when you become totally normal, so here normal means completely calm and relaxed, so that trusting yourself happens naturally, right? So when your mind is completely calm, when it is completely normal, it works beautifully. It becomes more creative, right? It actually becomes more creative. It starts getting ideas. It starts interlinking things, right? It starts recollecting all childhood memories, right? So that is why the authors, people who write big novels and all, they go to all serene, pristine, cool, calm places, and they spend months together, and they totally write, away from all the distractions, because they want to write the best thing possible. So that happens only when their mind is free of any kind of, right? So now in this preliminary examination, that is the requirement, right? That is the necessity. And instead of worrying about how much current affairs you have studied, how much art and culture, and worrying about how difficult that paper is going to appear, it is a foregone conclusion that the paper is going to be difficult, right? So there is no doubt about it, right? It is going to be more difficult than the last year, right? The cutoff will come down another maybe 2-3 marks down, so it might be 86, right? So I'll boast little bit. I have become very much expert in predicting correct cutoff. Last year I said 91 to 92 something. It was just in between. So I think in Telegram I posted, if somebody is scoring more than 88 in general category, start preparation, and 87.54 is the cutoff. And I was looking at other institutions, and everyone 95, 96, 90 plus was the talk of the town, that the cutoff, right? And that I was able to predict in the sense by talking to people. And I have the privilege of talking to people from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and east to west, right? So you will get an idea. So that is with respect to what happens post the exam, right? So before the exam, how do we know that the paper is going to again be difficult? So what is the definition of paper being difficult or becoming difficult, right? So it is not going to be difficult in terms of bringing questions out of nowhere in a total unexpected way. If you look at 60% of the questions are familiar, right? The things you read, the things you have worried about, revised, they are the only topics. But depth wise, some questions will definitely be difficult. They will be more analytical, or might try to extract more of your attention and time per question, right? So that is how they are going to make it difficult, making paper lengthy in the sense the options are so close that you have to use so many levels of logic and everything. Be prepared for this. Right now, don't anticipate easy question paper, don't anticipate comfortable question paper in the sense that you can come here. So don't anticipate question paper, that is on the expected line, that you are so well prepared with respect to polity, economy, geography or environment. So don't expect more weightage, sir. So don't expect more weightage for those areas where you have actually read well. So don't pray the God that let more questions come from economy, polity, art and culture, right? Now there are so many gods of being unearthed and removed and all. So they are not worried about you right now, right? The gods have their own issues now. So they are not going to help you in any way. So trust yourself, right? Again, coming back to trusting yourself. So it is not like a conventional motivation session like aage badhao, like Prithviraj Chauhan, you go and you slay everyone who comes into. Did you see the trailer, Prithviraj Chauhan? Akshay Kumar. So nowadays he is like visiting Haridwar and Varanasi. So when he did that movie, what is the God? What? Oh my God. Recently somebody also said, oh my God, no. So oh my God, that he said he will never visit temple and all, but again, now he wants 1,000 crore club, right? So the God is important. Anyway, for you, God is like important in your home, in your private sphere. But coming to, so anything we say about God is like, like very sensitive nowadays. So trust your own abilities, right? So the preparation you have done so far is the most beautiful phase that you have gone through. Don't ruin it, right? Have you ever thought about it? Like who spoils your performance in the examination? Who? Yourself, right? Does anyone come like a devil or Betal, sits next to you, in an invisible way and does something like huh? Like if OMR mistake is happening, it's because of you. It's not like somebody like pushing your hand and so you have done like 3 rounds, you have put some questions as a reserve, right, which you absolutely don't know the answer, and then in the end you feel like you know the answer, right. In the end you come back, you look at these other questions and you feel like suddenly you know the answer. So first round you didn't know. Now already these all 60-70 questions which you have attempted are fooling you. They have already made you intellect now. So you know that the paper is difficult, I should stop at 80, 85, but somehow that lack of self-control, so is pushing you to go beyond 90 or 85. And every test you go back and see the last 10 questions you have attempted are 90% wrong. I can generalize and say it, right, irrespective of whether you are from MIT, NIT, IIT, or whether you are from gas college, or whether you are from like government art and science college, gas. No, it's a very good college actually. They really have very good professors and all. What I meant to say is a government college which is seen as something not so good one, and MIT means not Manipal, like Massachusetts Institute of Technology, right? Right. There are Manipal Institute, Mangalore, Mysore, so right, Madhvalli Institute of Technology. So Madhvalli is a small village. It's not a small village, right? It's a obli town. So don't get up. Mandya people like very sensitive. They get offended. So these, right, irrespective of anyone, you know that you tend to take irrational decisions in the end. That is again not applying your presence of mind, right. So on the examination day, don't become someone else. Even mock interviews it happens. So usually what happens when I switch on the camera, they like sit straight and correct everything, and then start saying things like English accent changes. And then, right, suddenly they look more intelligent and all. But when I say the interview is over, mock interview is over, right, then they start talking sense actually. They start talking so naturally. What I have done is, for some students, everybody doesn't have this problem, some have. So what I'll tell them, okay, now mock is over, but the camera is still running, right. So they behave so well, they talk so well, because they are relaxed. Now answers have that touch of genuinity, like depth. Then I show, see, the earlier version was not you, right, this is you. So if you perform like this, being who you are, trusting entirely yourself, right, so then we will be able to relate to what you were saying, we will like you, we will like your answers, right. The similar thing happens in, come. So everybody wants to be in the right side nowadays. Come, left also. What? So out of fear you want to be in the right, or like? No, out of love. Out of love for development or love for God? Anyway, in between I speak irrelevant things also. It is irrelevant things which will make people laugh. So, good. It's my privilege that you are all coming here. Okay. So, yeah, where was it? Yes? What? No, I am just like testing whether you are listening it or not. So that is what happens. You become someone else in the phase because you have become so conscious about it. So over the year, this UPSC also is a very merit-based, authentic, genuine body. 1 year before it releases the timetable, right? to add to the pressure that June 5th is the preliminary examination. Now next May 28th is the preliminary. So the clock somewhere it is right running. So starting the moment you have seen that June 5th is the preliminary date, from that day onwards you have built some kind of pressure, right? Especially if you have given already one attempt, that this June 5th is the D day, right? June 5th is the day that my life is going to be decided, and June 5th is the day, June 6th the groom side people will come, right? June 5th I have to somehow do well. So like for you, bride people don't come, right? Like you go. Right? So some girls, have this issue. So you have built expectations. Now they have given this date, give this last prelims, go for a job, right? Start earning, start getting married, and you show that you are definitely going to clear. This is the last chance to you. So it has built over the time that this year on this day, this preliminary examination is so special to you that at any cost you have to crack it, right? So that notion of where you are given so much hype and importance and exaggerated the importance of this occasion must be destroyed, right? Completely demolish it. This Sunday, again, if you objectively look, is just another day in your life, right? Like in a very normal sense, it is another day, another normal day, right? Where sun comes in the same direction or earth rotates in the same direction, geography, sorry, earth, right? And the way clouds will appear, some days may not appear, right? Rain might come, rain may not come, right? So you are also same normal on that day. I mean, you sleep and you wake up, you do the brush, you take breakfast, right? Some people read, some people don't read, right? So why are you giving so much importance to those 4 hours, right? On a very beautiful day of your life, right? Stop thinking about Sunday, right? Now you are already zoomed in and you have seen the location and it is already imprinted in your mind. Even by sleep you can walk now, right? So you know the location, you know the center and everything. Whatever homework you had to do, you have done that, right? So that is it. You wanted to know the location, you have done it. So why you have seen the location? Why did you check so many times your hall ticket that about your roll number, about your whether if everything is right, all right? Why did you do that? It's a very simple question. Correct. So why you don't want to get late? It's an important day, very important day, right? Yes. So that is what I am asking. So demolish that, right? So for this session you came 5 minutes before. It's not important day, like, right? So why will you give importance to me, right? Say it's another day. Step up walk, like you walk like in all your Bermuda and all, like. So wear Bermuda to. Will anyone stop you that day? Right? You wear your Adidas or original or fake, whatever it is. Same day you go. So why take bath 2 hours early and do all puja and get ready and everything, right? It's another day, normal day. So you have to be like that. The moment you start treating someone as more important, more significant, somewhere you are giving that part of your mind which is not going to work on that day. Are you getting this? Right? You have invested part of your brain in something else, that brain is not available for you to think in that moment. And somewhere it masks your judgment, your ability to rationally think, your ability to think as calmly as possible, right? So when you start getting nervous, you start getting irritated about everything, when you think that it's a very special occasion, right? So that table is making sound, you are getting irritated. Fan is making sound, 5 minutes late they are giving you OMR, getting irritated, right? So and then you are so conscious about filling your roll number, bubbling ABCD, that set and everything. You, for some people it haunts even after the exam, right? What if I have done wrong? You've already verified like 10 times there, right? But again after coming out of the exam also that is there, that thought, what if I have done wrong, bubbling here and there. So why go with this fear and why come out with that fear, right? Can't you be like totally fearless? Can you be fearless? So what it takes to be fearless? So what it takes to be fearless? Drugs, what? See, there are some SI people also here, sub-inspector also, right? So you said drugs, right? Huh? Dareness. So okay. Fine. So dareness. Then what? Attack. No attachment. I felt it like attack. Attackment. So attachment is attackment. Maybe. So these PJs also come in between, right? So attachment, no attachment you are saying, right? So no attachment with whom or with what? Actually that is the right answer, right? So not having attachment with first the outcome of the examination, right? Really don't care about whether you are going to pass or fail. Like I mean it, like you don't care about it. So many odds may be against you, right? So many things that are against you. You have taken risk, you have bet on something. So but don't attach yourself with the outcome. Anybody from proper English medium schools? You say jackass, badass. What is, anyone? Baldwin people? No, Bishop Cotton, yes. Yeah. Any Bishop Cotton girls or boys here? Recently the video went viral, right? So fighting on the street for a boy. I mean that is the attitude, So I was wondering why these girls are fighting, why not beating that boy? He is the infidel, unfaithful, right? So instead of beating him, these girls are fighting. You see his value, like it is okay for him to be whoever he wants to be. So I decided not to send my son to Bishop Cotton, right? So even if his English is poor, bad, right? So better not to send. So be like jackass, badass, both same or different? Any? What? So both have ass, I know, but right. So kind of being ruthless or kind of being, you don't care about, right? So what I mean by being this, badass or something is that you really don't care about the world, right? Why you should care, right? Whatever needs to happen will happen, right? You will have to face it any day. Now, once you prepare your mind for the worst, right, that let whatever happen, this doesn't mean carelessness. What it means is, because you have trusted your preparation, because you have trusted yourself, right? Once you become, this badass, give me proper word, no synonym. So, any synonym for that word? No, leave it. So once you become that, you have to trust your preparation and give the best that is possible from you. In those 2 hours, right, without treating it as a very special occasion or anything, can you give the best possible performance? Like every ounce of your personality, every ounce of your knowledge, every ounce of your learning, wisdom, whatever you have gathered throughout your life, can you bring everything together in that moment, 2 hours, right? That can happen only if you are fearless, right? If you don't care about the world. It is the true meditation that you can do, right? Somebody might be trying meditation to be alive, or to breathe, to be normal, to sleep well. Some of you are definitely doing. But every question is a meditation. Break every rules. Don't go with if it is only it is right, all of the above science and tech questions right. No. It is no more right. Right? So what is right is, can you gather everything you have? So one question at a time, immerse in that question, respect that question. That question has its own demand. You cannot just apply some false logic, taken from some YouTube video or somebody, right? So what it requires is your absolute attention in terms of your performance. You have to think about it. So you have done that, practicing and all. But in the real examination, again, when you are doing it, don't do it differently. So when I say everything you have to gather, give the best, that doesn't mean trying new tricks, new formulae, not. Anything that has worked in your mock tests or when you are solving previous year question papers especially, any trick, any logic that has worked in your favor while solving previous year question papers will also work in the real examination, right? Now simple question requires simple logic, so don't complicate it, so don't overthink it. So overthinking again happens because you are treating it as a special occasion, right? So you are so conscious about the occasion that you are treating it in a special way. That is when people overthink, right? Again, that should not happen. Have faced that thing, like that complaint, when people walk out of the mock test or real exam, all difficult question I did well, simple questions I got wrong, silly questions I got wrong. That is one complaint. Another one is, after coming out of the examination, the right answer comes to your mind. For some questions, in the examination it doesn't come to your mind, but after the examination, it comes to your mind. Again, that is because you are not completely involved in solving the question paper, solving the question, right? So that complete involvement where the mind is not having any kind of other thinking. So you are not worried about tomorrow, you are not worried about yesterday. Discard every kind of past baggage you have, right? Like become completely free, light. You have to float. Every kind of past baggage, past preliminary exam failures. Past includes tomorrow, today is also past, right? Forget everything. The mind should be free. Somewhere what we have discussed is there, the good thing in your mind. You don't have to keep thinking about it, right? You don't have to watch motivational video again and again to get the motivation, right? So the past, the failures you discard, the people who have, the time you have wasted, right? That you discard, don't worry about it. The gaps that were there because of COVID or some personal issues, don't think that they will have some implication today. No, they will not have. Anything past, completely you have to discard. That is very important, because when you go to the examination, you should feel so light, so relaxed, that while doing the question, what happens? Let's say you don't get 6-7 questions straight, right? You open the paper, there are like 5-6 questions in the first page, you don't know any answer to them. Second you do, you open, there also you don't know any answers. Now 10 questions you don't know any answer, like let's say 12 questions. Now this past will come, right? The future will also come, right? They start coming in. So you start sweating, like 17 degrees till you know, start sweating, start getting nervous. You forget that there are still 88 questions in the question paper, right? And you also forget that all you need to get right is 49 questions, right? 49 or 45, okay, 45 questions. So you also forget that all you need to get right are only 45 questions, right? But you start enjoying the paper. So you start treating yourself unfairly, right? Again, prepare your mind beforehand for that situation also, right? So let's say 12 questions, even 20 questions straight, you don't know any answer. There are 80 more opportunities waiting for it. The same logic in the interview also. Whenever I tell people, so if you don't answer first 10 questions, it's fine. Even it is related to graduation, your hobby, your place, right, your optional, it's perfectly fine. There are other 3-4 members who will ask some questions, so there you can change the entire perception, right? But all that needs to be done is you have to stay relaxed, chill out, cool, calm, right? You ask me question, I don't know, like be honest, you don't know what you can do. In the interview, what you can do? Huh? Apart from drinking more water, so you cannot do anything, right? Nobody has that courage to scold them and walk out, like what bakwas question you are asking, right? So in prelims you can walk out, like maybe if you are not so serious about, but should not walk out, right? So you have to fight till the last minute. So we forget that, and also we go with the notion that we need to answer all 100 questions. You don't think about it, but somewhere deep down in your mind that is there. That is the, again, cause of the fear, right? So 3 sports question come, you don't know answers, suddenly you get nervous. Tomorrow, you don't know, they might ask sports question, they might ask, any idea, what they will ask? Bollywood, Achha, yes, they might ask, who knows, right? So the best thing is you can watch movies now. So watch movies, relax yourself, you can do that, right? We will show 3 minutes movie, you go back and watch 3 hours movie. So any movie that can make you, fearless, right? Huh? Bhagat Singh. Maybe like for you, for some it might work. For some it was like Prithviraj Chauhan. For some Mr. Bean, right? So any other movies which can make Spider-Man? Okay. What? KGF. Yes, right. Good. It will make you violent, not fearless, right? So you want to avoid violence. That violence will come to preliminary examination, right? So of course, so you have favorite movies, you can watch movies. In these 2 days, you cannot do anything, right? In Kannada, I could have used proper phrase. Right. So if you come from village, you know that, right? Right. Bangalore, the Kannadigas don't know that, but yeah. Tell what is this? What do you say? Yeah. Right. So you say something like that, right? In ಎರಡು ದಿನ ಇದೆ. Right. So the parents who wants to marry their daughter also thinking the same, right? It's only 2 days. They are so enlightened, they are so happy that finally it is getting. So you have to disappoint them, right? So you can buy more time by staying more relaxed actually, right? And that by not by imagining what kind of guy is coming or what kind of life you are going to lead. So don't imagine future, don't think about your past, free your mind, right? So when you free your mind and go, these questions are not problems or anything, they are all solutions. The solution is in front of you. Objective question, the solution is in front of you, right? So it is looking at you, the solution. Will he choose me? Will he choose me? She also, will she choose me? So, but you people don't choose it. Right. So you choose the difficult fellows, the easy going, relaxed, simple questions. So you don't choose them. So they are actually craving, like, right. So think like this, right. So when you don't complicate this whole process, this whole examination. And when I am telling this is not just to motivate you, and this is the demand of the examination, right. So last 3 years I have been floating a theory about the examination, why the papers are getting difficult. So I have been telling people that UPSC or today India, what it requires is people who are smart, who can take quick decisions, who have this strong presence of mind, who do not get bogged down by the problems, right. So who do not get unsettled by uncertainties, right. So that is the kind of officers that the nation requires. So in all the 3 stages, that is being tested. So it is knowledge. UPSC perfectly knows that it has a syllabus and it will ask within the scope of the syllabus, and it knows that you people are all well prepared, right. So if I give the same test tomorrow as a disguised as another step up, right, most of you will do well. Again, provided you are calm, you will do better than how you are going to do in the real examination in the same paper, right. You will do even more better after the examination, the same paper, right. So when you don't have the fear of giving the examination, when you have not attached anything to the examination, right. So out of 9,000-10,000 people who clear prelims, I am sure there are like 500-1,000 people who have just cleared it. They didn't want to crack, but they have cracked it, like some smart people, they might have got good education and all, but it happens. So I have seen, if you go and write CDS exam, or if you go and write RBI, CAP prelims, so most of you actually clear it. State Civil Services examination, where you don't want to get into, you actually crack it, because you have not attached any kind of importance to these examinations, right. So the mind, you have read so many quotes about mind, right. Nowadays everything is about mind, mindful meditation, you have read quotes, you have watched n number of motivational, is indeed really a powerful tool, right. And the source of the problem is the same mind, and the same mind can destroy the problem, right. So in these 2 days, if you ask me what you need to do, you condition that mind, right. Calm down your mind, tell it. If you have to calm down it by showing it comedy movies, do it. If you have to calm down it, by visiting a place or a temple, you do it. If you can calm it down by reading magazine or a novel or something, do it, right. So if you can calm down your mind by just talking to people, gossiping about, right. So who will earlier but marriage next, right. What? I mean, that's so normal, right. I mean, so that's a certainty, right. So no offense to Aliya Bhatt, but so, or Ranbir also. No, because of Ranbir I am telling this, not because of. Okay. So when stand-up comedians do this, that is fine, right. When we do this, so they float these videos on Twitter and say, "ये क्या UPSC पढ़ा रहा है या बॉलीवुड की ट्रेंड्स पढ़ा रहा है ऐसे कुछ, ठीक है." So you can read gossip, you can read Filmfare magazine, right, Vogue magazine, right. So I forgot, I used to see them. Now any new magazines have come out? So innocent all of you, right, fashion magazines. Okay. So any doubts so far? You cannot have doubts, right? You are afraid to ask doubts also now. What will you ask? Right. So I mean, because I predict well, you can ask, so which questions can come in more numbers, Sir, have you got the question paper? No, don't ask that question, right? No, I haven't got the question paper. Okay. So, I tweeted recently, common sense, calmness, confidence and curiosity. 4 C's. One is common sense, second one is confidence, calmness, then curiosity, right? So you know why you need to be calm, we talked about it. So common sense, that is also part of trusting yourself. So everybody has their own set of common sense, right? Your own set of logic. See, if you have solved hundreds of thousands of questions, your own personality has evolved its own way of thinking, its own logic, trust it. Now coming to curiosity, so what I mean by curiosity is that, so let's say that you are very curious on entire day, right? So now you know where is the center and everything, and you visit the center, curious, you explore the center. So if it is a heritage building, appreciate. Okay, is Aurangzeb or who built this? Will it be destroyed or not? Right? Right. Some curiosity should be there. So related to art and culture that we have read, right? Is this Gupta art? No, in Karnataka. So is it Tipu Sultan art? Or Bangalore means that is only, right? Who else? In Bangalore, any art is related to British or I don't know. All of you are experts in art and culture, right? So you see, is it Gothic? Is it Indo-Saracenic? Is it Indo-Islamic architecture or something? Curiosity. And then look at the trees, botany students, right? And then the table and all, so beautifully carved, this. So how much they might have invested in that age. The table is still standing firm today, right? So innately be curious, right? So the invigilator comes. So are the teachers here or brought from outside, right? Right. Who it is? So boys, like, why are you laughing? I didn't say anything. See, so they are so curious, right? So that is the power of mind, right? It can imagine so many things, so many steps ahead. So the paper they have given, right? The moment the paper have given, be curious, right? Be very curious that wow, like, so what kind of questions are going to be in this, right? So don't judge question easy, difficult, average. Don't judge the question. Be curious about it. So the seal, like, slowly open it, like which gum, right? And then once you open, look at the question with curiosity, right? Not with atrocity or not with, fear. Look at the question with a sense of curiosity, right? A childlike curiosity. So you are looking at the question and you are looking at the answer at the same time. Both are in front of you, right? So try to think clearly. If you know the answer, you mark it immediately. Stop thinking about it, right? If you don't know, reserve it. Maybe later you can mark. Then move to another question. When you move to another question, you forget the previous question. Absolutely forget it. The previous question, I mean, if you have already marked it, don't think about it, whether it is right or wrong. So you move to another question. So it is just like in cricket, these Virat Kohli, Tendulkar say, one ball at a time. So after the post-match interview, they will tell, so I was just treating one ball at a time, right? So something like this. So that is very important because the mind should be absolutely free. It should not be constrained or burdened by any kind of previous mistakes, consciously or subconsciously. You might be wondering, like, if I did right in the previous question, right? It might also happen that you know that for sure it is wrong and you have already marked it, right? Even in that situation, be calm, like unperturbed. So don't get affected by it. So you know that one you have got it wrong, it's fine, right? Does whitener work nowadays? So if they allow, maybe you can use it or something, but don't panic or anything, right? It's okay to do mistake, and you will definitely do mistakes in the examination. On that day, 100% you are going to make some mistakes, right? Be fair to yourself. Be accommodative. So forgive yourself immediately and then move to another question, right? So when I am telling all these things, so what is there in my mind constantly is that everyone sitting in this room is perfectly capable of cracking preliminary examination. Now after preliminary examination, when we start doing analysis, when people come and start saying so many things, so they come up with so many excuses, logic, and some kind of explanation, right? They keep telling so many things. So one of the most dominant thing is about not having proper sleep one night before, and on that day, examination day, on that moment, making certain mistakes which could have been easily avoided. Which could have been easily avoided. They knew that they were making certain mistakes, right? So maybe anxiety induced mistakes or something. So you have to be aware of these things. So when you are in the examination hall, right? Okay. So this is the crux of the entire thing. What I wanted to convey to you people. Somewhere deep within you also know. Some of you have fears also. Some of you are confident also. You were confident when you started the preparation, more confident than today maybe, right? That confidence has not gone anywhere. It is just like other layers of emotions have just piled upon that confidence, right? Just throw them, right? So last year we released a video, bring back the passion from the depth of your soul, right? So that is there. Everybody in this room, you have that potential. Somewhere we get carried away with so many unwanted emotions, unwanted expectations, right? Pressures, everything, and then we lose ourselves. We do not behave as per your potential, as truly who you are, right? So sleep well today, okay? Just sleep. In 2 days, nothing. You cannot do anything, right? So if you're really worried about missing out something, casually read. In a very relaxed way, you go through them. Let's say some environment part is pending, just go through as much as possible. Like, don't target something, don't put pressure, and don't push yourself. Go through them in a very relaxed manner, right? Whatever is pending. So only tomorrow is left, right? Yes. I'm using 2 days, like you didn't correct me, right? So only tomorrow, Saturday is there. So then day after tomorrow it is Sunday, and then in English what do you call day after tomorrow? Tomorrow? Huh? No, in English. Huh? No, day after tomorrow is Sunday, right? For Monday, what do you say? Huh? Day after Sunday. Day after prelims day. What? After? After tomorrow. Oh, after tomorrow. Good, thanks. So after tomorrow is Sunday. Sorry, Monday. Right. The Monday will definitely come. I can assure you all with my honesty, the Monday is going to come in your life, in my life, everyone's life. Monday will definitely come, right? So be sure of that Monday, right, where you will have to lead your life again as normally as possible. And looking at the toppers nowadays, I see that those who are relaxed, consistent, calm, it is these people who are, cracking the examination in more numbers, right? More numbers. You look at the toppers and all, they have enjoyed their life, share of life, and they also becoming toppers also, right? So be like that, like chill out. This is your biggest opportunity to change yourself, become cool person, and then go on to crack the examination. Okay. So now we will show you a 3-minute, I don't know how many minutes, some clip. Okay. So I hope it motivates you people, or I don't know. It's basically our marketing, but so advertising. So not just any advertising, nowadays we want to motivate you also at the same time. So there is genuine intention of calming you down, firing you up, ensure that you give the best, right, despite all kind of hurdles you had. So, pen drive. So you can move this. So we have Hindi version and Kannada version. Okay. So first we'll show Hindi. No. No. Hindi is our national language. So we'll show respect. Like we are Indians. Yesterday Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister told, right? Like, so first we are Indians, then, so because YouTube people are also watching, we'll show both, right? So first we see Hindi and then see our market here, like all India. So Hindi ಅಂತಿದೆ ಕನ್ನಡ. Sir, sound.
In extraordinary position, and it is very obvious you are preparing for an exam that will put you in extraordinary position. And
So it was, so what it means is shut the noise. Okay. So all I've been telling, shut the noise around you. So there are three characters. One who wants to start the classes. There is another character who wants to give preliminary examination, but there are expectations. There is another character who has cracked 2 stages. So has been to interview. Now all three are confident that they can do it, right? So now Kannada will show. So switch off the lights.
exam that will put you in extraordinary position. And it is very obvious. And
So, bit motivated. Good. Switch off ಆಗಿದೆ. This video. Yeah. Anyway, we are uploading that video, no? Fine. Yeah. So these three characters, reflect you people sitting here, right? In some way they represent all of you, right? So shut the noise, right? You also shut up. So just go and give your best, right? Just forget about everything, and rewind whatever I told you. Trust yourself, use common sense, be curious. Just apply these fundamental principles of life, you will definitely succeed, right? Irrespective of what kind of paper you are going to get. So that is the bottom line. So wish you all the best. Thank you so much for attending this session. Hopefully we will have a main session with the same audience, right? Those who are confident of cracking the exam. Chocolates. So now we will give you chocolates. So it is up to you whether to eat, or boys give to girls or girls give to boys. It's a good omen, our chocolates. You can take it to preliminary exam, right? Slowly open it and half before the first paper, half after the first paper. Okay. Thank you. I think while going outside, you can give here or what? Anyway, all the best. Thank you.